and welcome to AeroVision. Let's get things kicked off with an introduction of what AeroVision is all about with Patrick.
Imagine spending weeks measuring a building by hand, only to later find out that some sort of the equipment you need does not fit where it was planned. A mistake like this can cost a company thousands of dollars and delay an entire project. In industries like manufacturing and engineering, communication plays a major role in preventing these types of errors. At AeroVision, communication directly impacts how accurately projects are completed, how efficiently teams work, and how well we build trust with customers. Because AeroVision provides drone-based measurements and 3D models used for planning and installation, clear communication is essential for every employee. Our team at AeroVision, a company that uses drones to quickly and accurately map buildings and turn complex facilities into usable digital models. Our mission is to help manufacturing improve efficiency, safety, decision making by providing accurate and innovative 3D mapping solutions that transform complex facilities into actionable design models. This mission reflects our focus on accuracy, teamwork, and communication. Our slogan, turning facilities into digital reality, represents how we transform real world environments into clear digital information that companies can rely on. As the team developing this presentation, we analyze the communication skills AeroVision employees need to work effectively, solve problems, and most importantly, build a strong customer relationship. Today, we will explain how poor communication creates problems for AeroVision, why those problems need to be addressed, and how strong communication skills like verbal communication, problem solving, conflict management, leadership, and trust building help employees succeed. Strong communication is essential to AeroVision's success because it improves teamwork, prevents mistakes, and builds trust with customers. To understand this, we first need to look at the problems poor communication creates.
Thank you, Patrick. Let's get things rolling with why poor communication is such a problem with Alex.
Communication creates major problems for AeroVision. Poor communication can create major problems for AeroVision employees, projects, and customers in several ways. Even though AeroVision uses advanced drone technology and software, the success of every project still depends on people sharing accurate information with each other. If that communication breaks down, even small misunderstandings turn into expensive mistakes. Miscommunication between employees is a huge issue. AeroVision projects involve drone operators, engineers, project managers, customers, and they all have to work together throughout this project. If those groups aren't on the same page, it can lead to confusion and incorrect assumptions. For example, if a drone operator collects incorrect data or incomplete data, or an engineer misunderstands some project specifications, that mistake can keep going throughout the rest of the workflow before anyone realizes there's a problem. Important updates also might be missed when information is passed between departments. Some people might just leave things out, which causes people to work with outdated or just wrong project details. Poor communication often leads to project mistakes and delays. AeroVision's customers rely on accurate measurements and 3D models to make important decisions about things like equipment placement, facility layouts, or any future construction work. If those measurements are communicated incorrectly, or if important information is left out, those digital models may not represent the building accurately anymore, which forces employees to redo drone flights, spend additional time doing the flights and fixing models, or even delays equipment installation because of all those other problems. So not only does this increase costs, but it also affects deadlines and just reduces overall productivity. Communication issues can lead to customer frustration and conflict. Customers expect regular updates and clear explanations throughout the entire project. If AeroVision employees fail to communicate what's happening, what's being provided, when the work will be completed, or any changes that may happen, then customers might lose confidence or loyalty with the company. Even if the technical work is completely done, poor communication leaves customers feeling dissatisfied because they aren't really sure what's happening throughout the entire process. Overall, these examples show that communication problems do much more than making small inconveniences. They can reduce teamwork, delay projects, increase costs, even create safety risks, and just damage customer relationships. Since communication affects every part of AirVision's work, employees have to communicate clearly and consistently to keep projects on schedule and maintain the trust of their customers.
Alex, you did a good job explaining why strong communication is needed. Next up is Andrew explaining how to fix these issues.
Why communication problems must be addressed. Communication problems at AeroVision need to be addressed because employees must work together to solve problems, manage conflict, and keep projects moving forward efficiently. One of the most important skills is strong verbal communication. Clear verbal communication ensures that project details are explained accurately, technical information is shared correctly, and customer expectations are communicated clearly. This reduces misunderstandings and helps teams stay aligned. Another important skill is problem solving. When issues arise with data, measurements, or layouts, employees must use reflective thinking to evaluate the situation. Instead of jumping to the first solution, teams should consider multiple options and work together to determine the best approach. This helps ensure better long-term results and fewer mistakes. Conflict management is also essential. In any workplace, disagreements can happen between departments or between employees and customers. However, when conflict is handled professionally, it prevents delays and helps keep projects moving forward. Resolving misunderstandings respectfully ensures that the focus stays on solving the problem instead of creating tension. Since AeroVision employees need strong communication, problem solving, and conflict management skills, the next step is understanding how these skills can be applied to build a stronger team and better customer relationships.
Great breakdown, Andrew. Now let's talk leadership with Jacob.
So today I am going to be talking about building success through leadership and trust and why it is important. AeroVision can solve communication challenges by developing employees who communicate clearly, lead effectively, and build trust with coworkers and customers. This is essential in any workplace environment. Leadership plays a major role in this process. Transformational leadership helps employees stay organized, motivated, and focused on project goals. Leaders encourage teamwork, guide communication, and help ensure that employees stay aligned throughout each project. Strong leadership also creates a positive and productive work environment where employees can succeed and have a source to turn to when questions or concerns appear. Trust building is equally important. When employees trust one another, collaboration becomes more effective and efficient. Team members are more likely to rely on each other to complete tasks accurately and on time, while also understanding that others rely on them as well. Trust also extends to customers who gain confidence in AeroVision services when communication is clear, honest, and consistent. This environment establishes loyal customers who can depend on AeroVision. When we visualize success at AeroVision, we see employees clearly communicating project details, updates, teams solving problems quickly and professionally, customers receiving accurate information, and projects staying on schedule with fewer costly mistakes. If mistakes are made, there is now opportunity to learn and grow with trusted leadership. Starting today, AeroVision employees should focus on speaking clearly, listening carefully, sharing updates, solving problems as a team, handling conflict respectfully, and building trust with both coworkers and customers. When employees commit to these communication skills, the company can complete projects more efficiently and build stronger relationships with its customers.
Thank you, Jacob. Let's bring it all home with Luke.
Is essential to AeroVision's success because poor communication can create project mistakes and customer frustration, while strong communication helps employees work together, solve problems, manage conflict, provide leadership, and build trust. As AeroVision employees, you can support the success of every project by communicating clearly, listening actively, addressing conflict professionally, and building trust with both your team and your customers. These skills are not just helpful, they are necessary for success in a technical and fast-paced environment like AeroVision. At AeroVision, a single communication mistake can be just as costly as a measurement mistake. The drones may create the 3D models, but communication is what keeps the team aligned, the projects accurate, and the customers confident in the work being done.
Thank you, Luke, and thank you to the entire team here at AeroVision, and we hope you learned something.